Hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
You're listening to Squatch Talks Podcast. Real stories and real encounters told by real researchers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to Squatch Talks Podcast.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hopefully good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, it's kind of miserable out there, so hopefully, well, might
Cold,
be
wet,
okay.
sloppy.
Might be okay by the time this airs, but
Ooh,
who knows, right?
yeah, today sucked.
It did. It did indeed. But even that didn't keep me from getting out into the Pine Barrens, at least for a short period, and checking things out with Heather and making a little video up, and then heading back to shelter. So
Shelter. Yes, I'm quite jealous of the fact that I
ease.
can't get out and do things yet.
Well, soon enough, my friend, you will be. We will be. Okay.
We
We'll
will.
be. We'll be making new adventures very soon. But speaking of adventures,
Yes.
I got to head out to see Eric Mintel Investigates presentation at the Cherry Hill Public Library last night. And the funniest thing, you know me, I'm usually very punctual. And I thought it started at 7:30. So I got there like 7:15. I was ready out of the car with Heather, walking in, and we asked the person at the desk. They give us directions down to the conference room, and I hear something coming through the doors, and there's a woman standing by the door. It already started at 7 o'clock.
Oh, man. Wanted to make an entrance.
And I did. So, of course, I went up the side, gave Eric a smack and said hello to Dominic, and then we went and took our seats. But what was playing was the New Jersey Pine Barrens Bigfoot episode. So we walk in, and there's art on the screen, and Eric's wife, Heather, responded with a so we're
And
sitting
she's like,
there.
oh, hello.
Hello, it's me. They do love me.
Famous.
So yeah, we sit down, and it's funny because I had spoken to one of my vendors who makes my Heal-On spray, the homeopathic thing that I use, right, to keep my vocal cords uh, nice and
Vocally.
fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're sitting in the front row.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So the video ends. We're sitting there watching it with everybody. About 50 people showed up. Good
Nice.
turnout. Yeah. And a great, great place to have it, too. 2 screens. Got the lavalier mics, even. He had, the handheld mic, but something we should talk about doing. And I did find out about it. But anyway, video ends. And they turn the lights up, and he says, and we have a special guest in the audience tonight. I'm looking around like, who?
Cool.
Eric
Who?
Spinner. Eric Spinner is here. And his wife, Heather. Stand
Wow.
up, Eric. I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah. So gave me a little cred. And then they took a little question and answer period, which
Mm-hmm.
I chimed in a little bit. I tried not to take over. And then they went into another video that they made about the haunting at a tavern in Pennsylvania. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, which was really cool.
Is
So
that
the whole thing,
Spinnerstown? Not
um,
Spinnerstown. That wasn't the one he said it was.
I like
Anyway, go.
Spinnerstown though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to go there. I haven't been there in a while, but no, it was another episode that him and Dominic did with
Mhm.
a tavern that had some history and some hauntings. And then afterwards, again, a few questions, and then they wrapped it up. It was about 8:30, I guess, when it ended. Got a couple of shirts.
Mhm.
Nice, huh? Eric
Yeah.
Mintel Investigates. Even has a UFO with a
Picking up a
Bigfoot.
squat. Yeah.
Huh? Right.
I like them. Yeah.
And on the back it says on the watch for Squatch.
Yeah, they're nice shirts.
I like it. So after I got one, Heather's like, I want one. So, but yeah, Eric hooked us up. And so great to see him, And as I'm watching them doing the presentation, and I'm thinking about what you and I had spoken about last week, right?
Yeah.
My idea,
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
Mm-hmm.
on one hand, having the ladies, right, Wouldn't be bad. Bigfoot loves the ladies.
Yes.
But then I'm thinking to myself, this guy would be good.
We already work well together.
We already click. Yeah. We've already, done it.
Yeah.
And his editing skills far exceed mine. So I'm thinking about pitching him an idea. And again, I'm not putting it out into the universe yet, folks.
No.
Okay. Nathan knows what I'm talking about, though. And that could be something that we'll need to sit down and talk about. What do you think?
You think he'd be interested?
Oh, yeah. He already said he was.
Oh, you already talked to him?
No. I just said I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I said I'm not putting it into the universe.
Okay, then.
But yeah, as we were leaving, after I said goodbye and met the MUFON guys, Jesse was there from MUFON, Philadelphia.
Okay.
So as we were getting ready to split, Heather and I, he was like, call me. So hopefully, yeah, we'll be talking. And hey, who knows? Just having a great team is always a good thing anyway. Right? And we love, networking with him anyhow, and
Yeah.
Dominic.
I would love to go out and do some ghost stuff with them.
Totally.
I would love to go out and do some squatching with them too.
The interesting is, though, and this is a point they brought up, when they do their investigations, because Dominic is a spirit medium,
Yeah.
they don't use much technology. They don't do the REM pod, the K2 meters. They did use an EMF meter in this episode, okay? And they were measuring that.
Yeah. There's some I agree.
I'm just saying, this is how they go about it, okay?
He's probably proven himself against all that equipment, which is probably why they stopped using it.
Probably that, and also the equipment may disrupt his ability also.
It might.
You know what I mean?
But usually, and I'm not speaking like I know or anything by any stretch, but I know other people that they start out ghost hunting, everybody's doing it the same way. You see this guy do that, you see this person do that. But I know even with working with my brother-in-law, and Crystal, like you don't need that piece of equipment anymore because they're walking next to you, and you've proven it time and again that these things happen. Like Crystal, they're feeling sick, What kind of parent gets excited when their child says, I don't feel good, I want to go back to the camper? Yes.
Let's keep going.
But right? Again, that like I don't need a thermal at that point to know they're close by.
True. And the thermal, like I've said before, isn't necessarily something I rely on.
Right.
Because as you know, we've had instances where we've heard things and lifted up the therm and have seen nothing, and then got home and seen things on the footage. So I don't know. I don't rely on them. I feel like they take the guesswork out of it. If something maybe threatening is nearby, at least you can tell if there's a bear or something, that can do harm to you.
I like them for the other way.
What way?
It was just a mouse, or it was just a squirrel.
Guess what? Yeah,
it's a kitty.
It happened to me in Art once, where we were coming back after one of our hikes back to where we had set up a base camp, and we picked up something on therm, and we got the heart racing thing, and turned out to be a bunny rabbit.
Speaking of that, I'm going to tell funny stories like that. First time we go out in the woods after Salt Fork, okay? Tira and I, we come back, we go to my aunt and uncle's cabin. We're professional squatchers now, people. We went out once, so we know what we're doing. We wait till about 11 o'clock at night, and it's just the two of us. At my aunt and uncle's cabin, where I've been hundreds of times, we go walking down the trail, and we're all, professional squatchers, and we sit there for about 20 minutes. We both start getting kind of creeped out, and we go walking back up the road, and I stopped her, and I said, that isn't where that reflector should be. We saw this bright thing with our headlamps. It was this bright red thing. I'm like, thinking back, we're looking at this bright red thing, and I thought, Oh my God, that's not where the reflector's supposed to be. Yeah, that's at the wrong spot. There's something's looking at us. What the hell is it? It's this big red thing. Of course, when you think about it a little later, it was the bright red thing because my red headlamp was on it. But we're looking at it and I'm thinking, oh man, what is this? And we're both getting all creeped out. And then it finally steps forward and it's a deer. And we're both like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many times that's happened.
Yeah,
Whew. And it wasn't a very big deer either, and it freaked me out.
exactly. It was just way closer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's the weird part about being out at night with them red headlamps, man.
Well, and like you've said before, that being out there looking for ghosts is great, but it doesn't have that amount of fear that I have found compared to squatching. When you're out there, especially if you're out there by yourself, apart from the group, right? And you're standing in complete darkness, right?
Yep.
It gets unnerving, and you get your heart rate going for sure.
Any critter can come out and grab you at that point.
And it's possible. I know I've been in positions of, places in like BC where I did not feel comfortable. And the thought goes through your mind like something could just lift you up and take you away. And they're big out there, so there's lots of stories. And speaking of stories, I got this book from you, The Locals by Thom Powell, right? And it's it says right on the front, a contemporary investigation of the Bigfoot Sasquatch phenomena. Now, Thom is one of these investigators. He was a curator for the BFRO early on. Okay. So he goes way back with Matt and the whole organization. There's a lot of interesting things in this book. I'm almost done with it now. And the way he goes about it, I'll tell you, it's very well written. I will say he's a very good writer, and a lot of interesting stuff. There's also some encounters. He puts in people's encounters and some habituation type stuff. He also has this. I just finished the chapter with the UFO connection and what his thoughts are on that. It goes into also the Skookum cast, how that came about, and he was part of it. Him and Rick. Oh God, what was Rick's last name? I forget now. He's been on Monster Quest and other shows, but yeah, unbelievable though. Some of the things I've read in here, But what was I just reading last night? It was about the UFO connection for sure. And he mentions a lot of people in here, Ray Crow, and so one of the things was I just want to find the correct name. Give me one second. Battle Creek or Battle Mountain, Nevada. There was a fire. Do you remember hearing about that? Where the firefighters came upon a hair-covered individual. This occurred on August 7th, 1999. I remember hearing about this story before, and he goes into great detail about it here. Okay. Yeah. The interesting thing is, I don't know if everybody knows about this, but there was an animal wounded by the fire, moving on all fours like a bear, more like an ape. And firefighters captured the animal, contacted a local vet and a medical doctor. So they gave medical attention. They tranquilized and moved it to an unknown location. This individual who came out and told the BFRO about it was one of the personnel on hand that day. Okay. But there's some really compelling information that was sent to the BFRO's website on August 8th, right? And the person who was investigating it was, after about 10 days of not hearing back from the individual, going to, just kind of end it there, right? And say that it was unreportable. But then he was able to talk with this individual for about 70 minutes, okay? And he maintained anonymity, all this stuff. So it's just real brief. Approximately 20 people were in the immediate vicinity of the incident. All were debriefed and informed in no uncertain terms that this incident was not to be discussed. There has not been a word about the incident at the BLM fire HQ. He's very concerned about keeping his job and says he would not look forward to taking a lie detector test. He created an email address exclusively for reporting the incident. So he goes into really great detail about the different agencies that were there. I mean, the story is fascinating, right? And I remember hearing about this, that they airlifted a Squatch. I thought this was at St. Helens. There's another story I think that I'm confusing with St. Helens. When Mount St. Helens erupted, I think one was airlifted out of there as well. Okay, so that's, the chapter's big brother. It's, of course, like you were saying last week about the guy who, oh no, that wasn't you. That was Eric Mintel last night.
Wow.
He was talking about an individual who he's interviewed who had access to the Pentagon. And I've said this, he was walking down the hallway and he saw a door that said Bigfoot research on it. So like we always talk about, does the government know? Are they keeping it a secret? They're releasing little tidbits about UFOs now, right? The patient, this is the individual they were helping, is described as being about 7 feet tall. And they call this individual, the person reporting it, Marty was the name they gave him. Doesn't give a weight estimate. Most of the body is covered by brownish hair about 2 inches in length. No gray hairs are evident. There are no mats noted in the coat. There is an odor about the patient. It is not an especially obnoxious odor. He said it is similar to a strong equine odor. The head is not sloped. The forehead is heavy boned. The lips large but human-like. The ears human-like and tight to the head, with the earlobe attached, not dangling. The teeth were yellow, but he couldn't comment on the wear. The patient is strong-jawed. He could not remember the color of the eyes, but thought they might be brown. The head is about 2 times the size of a human head. There is hair on the face, but not on the palms or soles of the feet. There is great bulk to the patient, but there is no fat. He said his observations of the form of the body did not match with that film, with the one running in the woods, Patterson film, right? And he called that film a probable hoax. Anyway, very interesting. The reason I'm getting at this is because having access as we do to the BFRO's database, right? I thought, wow, after I got done reading, let me go on and see if this report is in the flat still. Could not find it. And I looked up all different, ways of doing it. Obviously, it's not in Nevada, but But while I was in there, I was interested to find some other reports because I don't really read reports so much from Nevada.
No.
You know what I mean? Or other parts of the state. I focus mainly on our region. So it was interesting to go in and actually read some of the reports that came in early on.
Yeah. I never went back that far.
Yeah. And so I must have gone to bed at like 1:30 after staying up reading reports. But it's pretty cool having that ability for us to go in and check things out, And I also looked up the list of the researchers.
Oh, yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Have you done that?
Yeah. That's a long list.
Over 700.
Yeah.
And some names on there that, pretty impressive, like John Biggernagel, John Green. I bet you don't know John Green's middle name.
No.
It's John W. Green. Is it Willith? Willith? It's not William, it's Willith, I think. John Willith Green. Of course, it had all the addresses and stuff too, and I'm like, oh man, they're not around anymore, so that doesn't do much for us. But yeah, there's a bunch of people in there, and a lot of people, of course, you and I both know. And I saw some names that, of course, we've sponsored to get in, which was kind of neat. But just some interesting stuff most people don't have access to, you know what I mean? So figured we'd talk a little bit about that.
No, speaking of last week's show, we had some comments on there about how the forest is getting bigger up north and whatnot. That's great news. I'm glad to hear that. Did you read that comment? I can't remember who wrote it right now. I should have had it written down.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it and I forgot to.
Yeah, I think RT commented on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great that the forests are getting bigger. I'm glad to hear reports like that. That's huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Save the forest. You know?
Save the Sasquatch.
It's like save the cheerleader. Remember
But
that? The hell was that called? Heroes. That was a pretty crappy show.
I appreciate the comments, especially favorable ones, but we appreciate your ideas. And we forgot at the beginning of this episode to appeal to our viewers to please share and like and subscribe,
please.
And if you're checking us out on podcasts like Spotify or iHeart, Apple Tunes, any of those types of platforms, please follow and rate if possible. We appreciate it. Helps us grow the channel, and hopefully will allow us to continue to do this.
That's right.
Oh, real quick, I just remembered. I'm not drinking my Black Rifle coffee tonight, as you can tell, so I'm not quite all there. Eddie Bars is having a sale, Valentine's Day sale.
There you go. Got to smell good.
10 to 15% off all their products. And I got an email from them, and it listed discount codes you could use. And guess who's on the bottom of the list?
STP10.
You got it. So don't forget to like our friends at YetiBars.net and use that code
STP10
at checkout.
That's cool. They're really great people.
Indeed. I can't wait till our bar is ready. It's funny. I was here at the store today and I got a call. Well, Tracy took the call, but I think it was from Mike Rufo, who's been watching us, asking if the Squatch Talks coffee was ready. I mean, like, if I had it in yet. I'm like, no, I said last week I was talking to them.
Oh, they're getting excited.
It's nice, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I better move my ass and get that set up, I'm gonna talk to Jesse and get that going. But
that's right.
Hey, at least I got to get a shirt last night.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Library.
I want an Eric Mintel shirt.
We'll get you one.
I'll text him when we're done here. I want a shirt too.
They only had large.
I won't fit in a large.
I know, so that's why I didn't get you one.
I don't even think the hole would be big enough for my melon.
They only had large. Look, I'm swimming in it. I can use it for layers, but
yeah, there you go.
Anyway, it was great to see Eric and Dominic and all the people that came out. That interesting questions, and cool. I'm sure he'll have more videos. In fact, he's got a video coming out, I think, this week.
Yeah,
with his very talented editing skills, and of course, you can also catch Eric Mintel, his jazz quartet, and they are performing still. So look them up at their Facebook page. Okay, check them out on Facebook and YouTube. And tell them Eric and Nathan sent you.
Are we done? Thanks for squatching.
Hey. Thanks for checking out this episode of Squatch Talks Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and give us a like. And stay tuned for more exciting stories on Squatch Talks.
That's like pulling teeth with me, isn't it?
I'll tell you. I'm going to keep it shorter tonight, right, Nathan?
Yeah, I thought we were trying to do that.
I think we're going to try to do that. We have to reevaluate our terms with our streaming platform and see which one we're going to go with for the upcoming year. But hey, it's been a year and our contract's expiring. So
that's right.
Hey,
how are you?
Good evening. I want to warm you up first, all right?
Yeah,
warm you up first, because this could really be like part of what we talk about.
It's loud. People were fucking with my microphone today, and that was loud.
One of the cool
like
kids. I'm one of the cool kids now.
Oh, see that? I'm not.
EMI, and you gotta check out the back.
Yep. On the watch for Squatch. There you
Huh?
go.
Huh?
He's beating us at our own game, damn it.
I know, right? And they're nice too. But yeah, this is a picture on this shirt that an artist made of them out in the field. And there's a Bigfoot. There's like a, I don't know.
That's cool.
It's got them on here. But
I'm excited about doing stuff with him.
Isn't that a great idea though?
Yeah, I'm
Are you excited?
I am. Okay.
I also brought down the Locals by Thom Powell.
That's the one you borrowed from me.
I'm almost done with it. Yeah.
Took care of all family business today.
I knew it was you, Fredo. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
While I was on hold, I started editing a short.
There you go.
Hey, new subscriber, Michelle. Thank you. I was going to say, I thought you were being funny.
No, I was
I'm the funny one.
Yeah.
And from there, we went out to the woods. It was raining.
Yeah.
So I stopped up at Apple Pie Hill. And I said, let me just make a quick short. So I got out of the truck. I walked up the hill. And I did a quick couple of shorts. We got some nice comments on that last live stream we did with the keeping it 18 minutes.
Right.
You know?
At least it was only 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hint.
But I did hook us up on StreamYard as a freebie for right now.
I saw that.
So we could try StreamYard. I don't know. I'm kind of used to the Zoom. I don't know. I mean,
banners. You want banners. You want to have the ability.
I thought that would be cool. Yeah.
I can't disagree with you. Certainly.
Pretend
I can always give my uneducated
opinion.
Opinion about pretty much everything.
Oh yeah. It would have that logo for StreamYard up in the upper right hand corner.
Yeah.
Yep. And
the duck. Yeah.
StreamYard was made for streamers. Hey, welcome back.
It's time to start.
But we never said welcome back to Squatch Talks podcast.
How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry, I was waiting for something else. I don't know.
You know me. I'm just chilling. Oh, it was funniest thing. And at the end of it, he was thanking Heather for the lighting and Anastasia for the camera work. I tell you, Anastasia did a great job with the camera.
Yeah.
On that video, you know. But yeah, it was fun watching on the big screen. I mean, literally, these are two big screens, right?
Yeah.
Us taking Eric Mintel out into the thing. And of course, there's that part where he says, Dominic was more, as scary as the Pine Barrens was, I was more afraid in Wisconsin. I went, this is enough to put together an episode, though. You know what I mean?
Good. Okay.
It's just us talking Squatch. And, you know, occasionally, if we have a guest or whatever, then we'll make it longer.
Right. I'm good with that.
You cool with that?
100%.
Throw in a live stream maybe once a month.
Right. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. I thought we'd keep it short. You know what I mean? That's a little bit of stuff we can use as far as bonus material. All right, cool, man.
All right.
I think we got what we need.
Sweet. And it's only 8:30. Nice.
Yeah, man.